Well guys, we have some information on the C8 Z06 today that is going to absolutely blow some minds, and that is a Nurburgring lap time. Let's talk about it. Alright guys, so here it is. We finally get some actual rumors from someone in the solid know that says that the C8 Corvette Z06 is in fact going to be under 7 minutes on the Nürburgring. Let's get right into this one. So you heard me right. We do have a lap time, an estimated lap time, and a little bit of a proof of lap time. The C8 Corvette Z06 is not officially out yet. We are still about a month and a half away from an official viewing of this car by GM, but what we've gotten today and a couple days ago were some rumors of a track time. Now, you guys all know Jim Merrow. He was the one that actually ran the C7 Corvettes over on the Nürburgring. And even though we never got official times on those cars, we had a couple segmented times and a couple unofficial numbers. Real quick, guys, before we continue, if you could please smash that thumbs up button, let me know you're liking the content, let YouTube know you're liking it, so that it can be shared with as many other automotive enthusiasts out there as possible. I would greatly appreciate it. If you smash the subscribe button and hit the little bell notification beside it, that greatly helps the channel as well, and I would be forever thankful. The C7 Corvette Z06 had a 7-minute, 10-second lap time that was unofficial, but Jim Merrow was in the car. He's the one that actually gave the numbers. He claims those were what he ran. Now, like I said, these were not official, but Jim Merrow was the man behind the wheel, so I tend to agree or believe what he is saying. On the midenginecorvetteforum.com, they actually reached out to Jim and asked him what his thoughts were on the C8 Corvette Z06 and whether or not he felt that this new Z06 would be faster than the C7 Z06. And of course, he said yes. With every generation comes a better car. So basically what he ended up saying on the forum was that he sees no reason why the C8 Corvette Z06 shouldn't be 12 to 14 seconds faster than the 7 minutes and 10 seconds that he ran in the C7 Corvette Z06. That would officially put this car under the 7-minute lap time on the Nürburgring, and that puts it well into supercar territory. Now, like I said, guys, a little bit of background on Jim Merrow. He is the guy who kind of set up the suspension on the C7 Corvettes. He is the guy that was behind the wheel of the C7 Corvettes over on the Nürburgring. So again, he has a lot of credentials. He has a lot of knowledge on these cars. So I tend to believe what he is telling us. Real quick, guys, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is again going to be the guys over at Hyperion. They have recently redesigned the key fob security case once again, and now it is just a pop top. So you just open it up like this, and there's magnets up there that will actually snap it closed and keep your key protected. Now, the reason for a case like this is automotive theft. The signal that travels from the key to your car can actually be stolen, and then they can use that later to get into your car and steal it. Now, inside of this case, you can actually put your key right in there, close up the top, and now that signal is interrupted and it cannot be stolen. So this would be best at night, sitting beside your nightstand with your key in it, so no one could ever possibly do this to you. A lot of you out there are probably thinking that doesn't sound like it's overly real, but one of my subscribers recently reached out to me and had a car stolen in California. It was a Mercedes, and this would have actually prevented that particular theft from happening. The case is made out of all aluminum with some magnets at the top, so it feels very, very high quality. And even if you're not looking for security, this is a good way to store a key inside of your car without your car knowing that it's there. Now, the best part is, guys, you can save 35% and get free shipping on this just by checking out the link down below and for being a horsepower-obsessed fan. The C8 Corvette Z06 has been over on the Nürburgring for quite some time now, it seems. There's been pictures taken of it, video taken of it. It is not wasting any time tearing up that track. I am a firm believer in GM is there to absolutely get the best possible time, of course. This time, it's going to be official, and I could almost put money on the fact this car is coming in under the 7-minute mark. Now, with all of that said, what we got today was another confirmation of the fact that this car is very likely to be under 7 minutes when it's all said and done. And that actually comes to us from our friends over at the CorvetteBlogger.com website, where they found a new Nürburgring video of a 2023 Corvette Z06 sharing an unofficial lap time. Now, this particular person was actually there filming the car on the ring, and while he was filming it, he was timing the laps of the car. But because the ring is kind of full, it's not just the C8 Corvette Z06 on that track, there is a bunch of other cars constantly testing, it kind of limits how fast or how much GM can really put into it. Basically what I'm saying is there is traffic on the Nürburgring, and because of that, GM cannot necessarily go balls to the wall and get this car around that ring as fast as possible because there are other cars there, and of course that would have a higher potential for accidents and things like that. So until they can get it on that track by themselves, we're not going to have an official time, but this is pretty freaking close. Now, this particular person, like I said, was timing with his cell phone while he was watching the car go around the track, and there's obviously two different versions of this car there. We have the low wing Z06 and the bigger wing Z07. So the low wing Z06 ran a very unimpressive time of 8 minutes and 18 seconds. Now, again, I want you guys to understand this is very unofficial, and because of all the traffic on that ring, this literally could have been a tire warm-up lap. We don't know. But moving on to the Z07 package car with the bigger wing, this is where things get interesting, because even with the traffic on that ring, the car was still running a 7 minute and 12 second time. Now, that's incredible to me because number one, there's a lot of traffic on that ring. Number two, we don't know how they were running that car or if they were just warming up the tires, what the case was. And number three, this guy is measuring that time with his cell phone, so it is very unofficial. I am definitely a believer that this car is going to clock in under the 7 minute time. So guys, this is absolutely fantastic information because we are getting unofficial yet fairly accurate times of track use here. We have the guy himself, Jim Marrow, saying that he definitely sees this car running under 7 minutes. And now we actually have somebody with a cell phone just kind of clocking it in at 7 minutes and 12 seconds. So right off the bat, worst case scenario, this car is just as fast as the C7 Corvette Z06, but I know GM. I know there is no way that they're going to let this car just be quote unquote as fast as the C7 Z06. This thing is definitely going to be faster, and I have a really good feeling it is hitting under 7 minutes. So we are in for a freaking treat with this car. The Corvette Blogger website starts out by saying that even though the Corvette engineering team wrapped up the testing at the Nürburgring at the end of August, we're still seeing new videos coming out featuring the new Z06s, both on the Nürburgring as well as coming and going from Chevrolet's garage outside the track. Today, a new video was shared showing the base Z07 equipped Corvette prototypes testing at the Nürburgring, and this particular user has the first video that offers some actual timing information. But they even say, don't get too excited though, the track was very busy with slower cars that obviously keep the Z06s from reaching their full potential. He does show the phone, and he does show the claimed times of the low wing Z06 being 8 minutes and 18 seconds, and the high wing Z07 being 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Even though that first time sounds really bad for the Z06, like I said guys, you gotta understand with the way that this track is set up, traffic is really a concern, and number two, it could have literally just been warming up the tires for that particular lap. I am more focused on the high wing variant here and its time because it is very impressive to have that kind of time even with the traffic on the ring. The Corvette Blogger article goes on to say that if the Z06 actually ran that 7 minute 12 second time in traffic, think of what it could do on a clear track. And that's exactly what we were just saying earlier guys. That time is absolutely fantastic with the obstacles facing them on that track. Of course, the former test driver Jim Marrow's C7 Corvette Z06 lap time was never specifically made public, but it was alleged to be a 7 minute 10 seconds lap time. So we have to think that a sub 7 minute lap time is definitely possible for the C8 Z06, considering this particular user was able to accurately capture the time of the Z06/Z07 prototype. So once again, guys, we have Jim Marrow saying that he does not see any reason why this car shouldn't be sub 7 minutes. And now we have something showing that it is a 7 minute 12 second car with current obstacles on that particular track. So I think it's pretty fair to say this car is going to be sub 7 minutes, and it's going to be absolutely freaking amazing. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. So if you liked what you saw, please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content. It does help YouTube also circulate this video, which helps the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know what your thoughts are of the sub 7 minute lap time for the C8 Corvette Z06 down in the comment section below. I'd love to engage in a conversation with you guys about it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. I'm going to have loads of Corvette information like this coming you are not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload. How would you like to win this Corvette? It may be a lot easier than you may think. If you guys aren't familiar with my YouTube channel, it is called Horsepower Obsessed, and I just recently hit 50,000 subscribers, and because of that, I wanted to give back. All you have to do is go to my website, horsepowerobsessed.com, scroll down and click on the HPO merchandise section. Every $10 you spend is one entry to win this beautiful C5 Corvette. So right off the bat, we have the black diamond wheels, which gives the car an amazingly updated appearance. In the front end, we have the entire bumper and hood covered with XPEL paint protection, thanks to our friends at Blackout Tinting. The rest of the car has been paint corrected and ceramic coated. So you are getting one of the best examples of what Chevy had to offer with Corvette with this specific car. If you want to follow along with the mods on this particular car until the deadline of the giveaway, check out my YouTube channel, Horsepower Obsessed, and make sure you get entered before October 12th, 2021, so you can possibly take this car home with you.